880-5839. You got 15 minutes to call in. Otherwise, we'll double up the prize for next week. Or I'll go, or I'll give it to Simon, who's my Simon McDonald from Clik is in the studio with me. Simon, good morning, welcome.
Good morning, David, and good morning to your listeners.
Now I see you've got a bike jacket. Tell me there's a Harley in the parking lot.
Actually, not a Harley. It's a Triumph Rocket.
Okay. Now we're talking real bikes. Is his mic open, or am I hearing things through mine? Because I have a sneaking suspicion. Try that again.
Okay.
No, we seem to have lost yours. Simon, if you want to come and sit over here,
okay.
And I will come and move to the other side. This is the noise that you're hearing is just the squeaking of my microphone, folks.
Studio gymnastics.
There we go. Simon, welcome. Good to have you here.
Good to be here.
We were talking. I said we were going to be talking about how to keep your gear safe, your camera gear safe. Tell us firstly a little bit about Clik, because it didn't start out as camera; it started out as medical.
That's quite right.
Yes.
We started working with the company Elite Creators 10 years ago, 2003.
Right.
My partners and I are in the medical field. We import and distribute medical equipment, capital equipment, and one of the products was a line of paramedic bags and packs called jump bags that are made by a company called Stat Packs, one of the group of the Elite Creators group. And as time went on, they obviously decided to diversify slightly, and one of their ranges was the photographic packs, and they asked us if we in 2011 would be interested in distributing their packs for them in South Africa. And all of us being avid photo hogs, we said, okay, well, yeah.
Only with pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I was saying earlier, and being on the bike, you may not have heard, pardon me, that if you pack some of those bags correctly, you can get your camera gear and all your travel gear into one bag.
Well, this is it. I mean, traditionally, camera bags have been just that, camera bags. But obviously, as DSLR has taken over, there's a need for a laptop, and then you hit the bush, and you need to have other kit with you. You want your cap, you want your your jacket if it starts to rain.
Yes.
So ideally, you want a pack that can take other kit, and I think in the Clik Elite range, there's certainly something that will handle all of your needs.
Now, aside from bags, you've also got other things. You've got, and this is the one, because I've got my camera in studio with me, and it's got a neck strap. And what you invariably end up doing is what I'm doing now, is you wrap it around your wrist so that you can carry it like that, because you don't want to put it around your neck. And you guys now have a wrist strap.
That's correct.
Does it do away with the neck strap? Is it just an added on, or can you use both?
You can remove the neck strap or leave it on, but the beauty with the wrist strap is it gives you plenty of room to maneuver. If you want to put your camera onto your tripod, you don't have the neck strap getting in the way. It's relatively small to have the wrist strap on.
Right.
And it's proved very popular. I mean, it's one of the little add-ons. I think what the guys at Elite Creators do is they listen to what the customers are looking for.
Right.
So whether it's even the Clik Sit, which is a little stool, which weighs next to nothing.
That was going to be my next thing, because if you're a birder, not so much if you're after game, because game you're normally in a vehicle, but if you're a birder and you parked off next to, if you're at a high that maybe doesn't have a bench, or if you're next to a water hole and you're sort of on your knees most of the day, it's really, really uncomfortable. And that stool looks pretty good, and you could probably sling it, tie it onto that pack.
Absolutely. It weighs nothing. Yeah. It weighs, I think, 300 grams. You won't even feel it. It's
less than my camera.
That's right. Well, that's quite a camera.
Yeah. As I said to you when we spoke about coming on here, I said the problem is as your gear grows, that pack gets heavier and heavier until the point where you say, "No, hang on a second."
I've seen this movie.
You've got, that's what you said to me. Is that you now have to downsize and say, all right, I'm going to a venue that only has X, therefore I don't need 16 lenses. I can get away with one, and that's it. So
that's it.
So then you need a second bag, basically.
Yeah. Well, what we're seeing a lot of, the trends are moving towards the guys that have got the backpacks. And when they arrive, that's great. If you're in the vehicle, as you mentioned, that's great. You've got your kit with you. But if you go away and you just want to take a walk down to the beach, you don't want to carry your entire backpack with you. So a lot of the guys are buying the chest packs, which clip onto the backpacks or off, or you can use it with a shoulder pack or as a small backpack. But then just the cameras in there, and maybe a couple of cards, maybe your lens cleaning kit. But you don't have to take your entire photographic.
The first time that I took your bag somewhere and put it down, and they'd seen the pack that I'd been using the sort of previous week, it was at a music event, and they just went, "What time's your flight? And how high are you jumping from?"
Oh, tremendous.
Just as a matter of interest, is that backpack, the big one, your big bag, is that designed as cabin baggage?
Absolutely. If you there's been a few blogs now. But Jerry from Wildeye did a blog specifically on traveling, and there's a picture that he put in of the Clik Elite, the Pro Elite that you're referring to, in the Kalula sizing frame, if you want to call it that. And obviously, size-wise, it will fit. It's designed to fit. The secret is in convincing the staff behind the desk that it's not very heavy.
Yeah, the 33K is allowable because it is the right size.
Yeah.
The only thing about that Pro Elite is if you're a passenger in the front seat of a vehicle, of a game drive vehicle, there is no room for that thing on the floor because then your feet are around your ears.
I'm with you. The secret's to get in the back.
No, but you want to be up front so you've got no heads in your shot, you see. I'll get Jerry in a couple of weeks' time. We're going to be talking about driving on a vehicle and where the best position is. But then if you take up sort of the first row, if you're alone, they're sort of, people don't want to sit with you. That's okay. And then you can just spread all your gear out on the seat.
That's the
or
ideal.
you take your partner, like my wife will come with, and she'll sit on the other end and leave the middle section so that I've got, she knows. Pass me the camera, please, darling.
That's, of course, I mean, the Pro Elite, which is the biggest in the range. If you're talking about something like the Escape, which has got access from the top of the bag.
Right.
So, there you could just slide it between your legs and then pull out your camera as required. Right. So there's something for everyone.
Now, I'm going to be talking to Robert from Samsonite next week, and I noticed when I went into one of his stores that luggage comes in a variety of different colors now. In the old days, it was like Ford. If you can have a Ford in any color as long as it's black. And you and I have both seen, and I'm sure Amanda's stood at an airport sometimes, where the luggage comes around that carousel, and you can see the look on the people's faces, like, is that my bag or isn't it? It's black like mine, so maybe I'll just take it. Oh, no, it's not. Please, I'm not trying to steal your bag. Does the Clik range come in more than the standard black?
It does, David. Of course, we've got the Americans call it the grey. You and I would probably call it khaki.
Right.
But for some reason they've termed it grey. Mm-hmm. That's kind of the trademark colour, if you like.
Right.
People that talk Clik, they know that's the colour that they're looking for, and it's by far our biggest seller.
Is the bag washable?
It is. You could wash it with mild soap and water. Mm-hmm. But the bags are designed for adventurous photographers. So a little bit of dirt gives it a bit of holding.
At the end of the day, that's what you want. Cause
on the outside.
On the outside, yes. Now talking about on the inside, can you configure the bag to the way you want your layout?
Absolutely. All of the bags are configurable. Mm-hmm. But that's not unique. Most or a lot of bags out there can do it. What is unique with Clik Elite is we have what's called a patented hourglass insert. So what you would normally, or the dividers in the bags that would normally you'd put your lenses in, with the Clik Elite there's an hourglass design. So your lens is actually cradled rather than just stuck in there. Yeah. So that's kind of unique. And of course you can move those around, pull them out, put more in. But there's...
or as we were saying earlier, if you don't have a camera or you have a very teeny tiny point and squirt, then you put all your luggage into that thing, put it in the plane with you, and then you don't have to stand like a deer caught in car headlights waiting for your luggage to come around the carousel. You just step off and walk like a rock star, because that's what you feel like when you can step off a plane with absolutely no luggage other than what's in your hand.
That's right.
Straight through and collect your car or get into the hired vehicle or whatever.
That's right.
I think that's what we all of us that travel a lot, that's what we aspire to, is not having anything.
And the private jet.
I've flown private jets. That's fun, but they took me there in a Lear and brought me back in a prop plane, which was not fun. Obviously, I didn't write well enough about it in those days.
Of course, some of the range now, specifically what we're discussing now, they're designed for that. So maybe the lower 1/3 of the pack is designed only for camera gear.
Okay.
And then it's a backpack as well, or a laptop sleeve. So these are all things that again, the designers have listened to what customers out there want.
Okay. The Pro Elite, Simon, at the top of that is a segment that you can use to put all sorts of bits and bobs in, your business cards, all that type of, cards, batteries and that type of thing. Is it not possible for that to be detachable? At some particular point, would they not consider it? Because if that could come off, you could virtually put straps on it and use it as a fanny pack during the day while you wandered around the beach or wherever.
Absolutely. That's a good point, and something that I will certainly let the guys know. And they are always open, and they're always listening.
Yeah.
So
because that's the easiest detachable part of that particular bag.
Yeah. And if you look at the generations of these bags as they've come along, there's always innovative ideas. There's always something new, and that could well be one of those things.
Great stuff. If people want to find out more about your product, where do they go?
They can find us on the web, www.Clik.Elite.SA.
It's K-L-I-K.
That's right.
There's no C.
Yeah, no second C.
No second C.
And, of course, on Facebook. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/Clik.Elite.SA.
Okay.
And we're running regular competitions.
I see so. And people, lots of people, and you've got pictures of the winners, which proves that there are winners, unless they're staff members that are just posing.
Oh, you've caught me now.
Gosh darn. I know that you've been at a variety of different trade fairs. I take it you're going to be featured again at Getaway later this year?
We'll be at Getaway. We'll be at the Film and Photo, of course, and various smaller ones throughout the year. Yeah. Where
is your product available? If somebody like me wants to be tangible, wants to go and touch and feel and play and smell, where can they find them?
Well, we're in Kaya Sand is always our warehouse, our offices and warehouse. And there are a few people around the country that we're in negotiations with to stock them. But at this point, Wild Eye, Jerry, as you mentioned, he's got stock, and people can see.
And you'll find Wild Eye on the web, on Facebook as well.
That's right. Great. And other than that.
Go to my blog, www.davidbatsoffen.com. You can find more stuff about Clik there and all the various contact details, including Simon's personal cell phone number, which I'll put up there just in case you have some questions. No, I'm only kidding. We don't give those out. Simon, thanks very much for being my guest today. Thanks for taking the time and trouble to come in. Always nice to have people in studio to chat about their products, specifically people who are passionate about them.